Greetings, comrades. Quick shout out to the INN, the Indie News Network, which I am a part of. So I saw this clip of an interview that Katie Halper of the Katie Halper Show had with Khanna, quote unquote progressive member of Congress. And Katie was asking Ro, why did you vote to sanction Nicaragua? And Khanna was doubling down. He said he would still vote for the sanctions again because of the authoritarian regime, this repressive government, and what they're doing to democracy there, and just all the lies and propaganda that you would expect from a Donald Trump, a Mike Pompeo. These neocons, he's usually, literally, as Aaron Mate pointed out in, debunking this bullshit, these imperialist propaganda talking points that Khanna was using, when he was giving that answer why he was defending voting for those sanctions on Nicaragua. He's literally using neocon talking points, as Aaron Mate correctly pointed out. The whole reason the United States is sanctioning Nicaragua right now, and again, Joe Biden signed those sanctions into law yesterday or the day before, is because they don't like that there is a leftist government in power there. They don't want the Sandinista government. They don't want the FSLN party in power there, because they actually care and they actually look out for the best interest of the marginalized, of the vulnerable, of the oppressed. They're not, and they haven't come under the boot of the U.S. empire. They're not going to be beholden, to the United States, this settler colonial regime. They're not going to become a colony of the United States. Hence why the United States, since the Sandinista revolution, and it was 79, I believe, right? They've been facing these same type of attacks from the U.S. empire because they had this successful socialist revolution, and they're actually looking out for the best interests of the people, and they're not opening up their country to U.S. imperialism, so the people and the natural resources there could be exploited by this capitalist system that we have here in the United States and these multinational corporations. So just another example, and there's countless of them, of Khanna voting for these sanctions. He's just an imperialist hack, masquerading as a progressive, as amorphous term as progressive is. He's not fucking progressive. This is a hugely regressive thing to do, to vote to sanction Nicaragua for the crime of being an independent leftist state, of having a government that actually looks out for the interest of the masses. And guess what? The masses there support them because they govern in their best interest. You wonder why so many people don't vote. You wonder why there's so little trust in the United States government, because they're not governed for the benefit of the working people, of the vast majority, as opposed to Nicaragua. Hence why Ortega and his party, the FSLN, won upwards of 70% of the fucking vote in this past election. And he was talking, I believe, Khanna, in his tweet, I think I'll make it this thumbnail, maybe it was, they're gelling the opposition, and they're authoritarian, and we gotta stop that. And as Aaron Mate pointed out, like, if you want to actually know what's going on on the ground in Nicaragua, Khanna, you absolute fucking imperialist hack, look at the reporting that Ben Norton and his colleagues at the Grayzone have done on this particular topic. Ben Norton actually lives in Nicaragua. He's been reporting from Nicaragua for several years. He observed the elections, as did a number of other people, Caleb Maupin, Fiorella, etc., etc. The election process in Nicaragua, a whole lot more open and transparent and fair than what we have, in the fucking imperial core here in the United States. And to the extent that, so quote unquote, opposition figures have been jailed by the government in Nicaragua, look at the article that Ben Norton did on this. The people that have been jailed there were literally on the payroll of the fucking U.S. Embassy, and they were plotting these treasonous acts to overthrow the democratically elected government in Nicaragua, and they were jailed under Nicaraguan law for plotting these treasonous, actions against Nicaragua at the behest and on the payroll of the fucking U.S. Embassy and the U.S. fucking state. So again, something that would happen in any other country, but Khanna is just repeating these neocon, these right-wing talking points and defending this indefensible fucking vote. He's a hack. Stop donating to politicians, especially like fucking Khanna, who, you know, claims to be a quote-unquote progressive when his voting record is anything but, and he's a, you know, Democratic apologist through and through. He's absolute fucking trash. And definitely check out the clip of Aaron Mate absolutely decimating him on this topic. And also, Khanna doesn't support the BDS movement, sanctioning, you know, the apartheid settler colonial regime of Israel as they, you know, operate the world's, you know, largest open air prison with how they treat the Palestinian people. So he doesn't support that, but he wants to sanction the democratically elected fucking government of Nicaragua. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about Khanna, I don't know what would, right? Like the video if you like the damn video. Quick shout out to the 2 Uber comrades supporting my channel, my partner, and Independent Left News. Stop giving your money to politicians like Khanna. There's a lot better uses and organizations and mutual aid projects and just people in general that can use it, not fucking imperialist hacks like Khanna. Peace, much love.